Hi, I'm Dan from Real Mac Software and welcome to this week's Elements Developer Diary. Now, over the past few weeks, we've been looking at different types of navigation. And this week, I've got a new navigation element to show you, and it's called the tree navigation. And this element is great for those sites which have a lot of pages, really dense content on them. So if you've got a documentation site, something like that, this is perfect and it's really flexible. So let's hop over to Elements and have a look at that. Now, I've got this basic site set up here, just something I'm playing around with just to show off these features. So let's have a look at our layout. So I've already gone ahead and placed a modal. Now, we looked at modals last week. So if you haven't watched that video, hop back and see that. And if you want to learn about how we support modals, that is, you don't have to watch it. But I go into detail on that one about how this works. So I've set up this modal and I've got a button here that triggers it. And I've put my tree element inside it. And let me just go over to our elements list. And that's down here. So this is the tree. I haven't updated the icons for these yet. Still working on those. So let's go back over to the page layout. So I've dropped that into my modal. So let's go and preview the site. So when I click this button, it's going to launch our modal and show us the navigation. So here we go. It's popped this straight in here, and this is how I have the modal set up to come in at the side. So now this is our tree navigation, and if I click these links, it just expands, and this is mirroring our navigation here, and all of this is automatically generated. So when you put a tree navigation in the page, these will be auto-populated with your pages. So you can see here I've got add-ons, and then I've got different types of add-ons that would be available for elements. So and then I can keep going, and now we've got another level, and you'll see this mirrors this exactly, and you can just keep going with this and you can keep expanding it. So there's no limit on the number of levels you can have here. So it's really nice, and we've got these rollovers, and this is all configurable here in our tree settings. So let me go back over to edit mode, and I've got our tree highlighted, and that's here. So let's, we need to just show our modal because it's hidden in our modal. So there it is. And yeah, so we can configure everything from here, like these rollovers, the text style, how big the font is. So, you know, we could make those really big if you wanted a chunky menu, but I'm just going to leave them as base. We can set the background, like if you don't want that background there, you could have it nice and clean. You can see I've just changed that. There we are. And let's just display the sub menu. So this little option here is great when you're working in the page and perhaps you don't want it expanded and you don't want to see all the sub items. But we do in this case because, you know, we want to see how the whole thing looks. Now you can customize, as I said before, you can customize these rollovers, and we've got shadows, borders, the roundedness, like all the things you would expect. So, and we can obviously change the color of them. So let's have a look here. I've got my background, and then let's go, whoops, on the sub lists. On my sub lists, what I can do is I can change the hover on them. Let's do that, just kind of give you a glimpse. So now when I hover over these, I get this nice color. Let's up that. Yeah, so you can see now I've got this nice, and that fades in as I scroll. So it's really configurable, and you can kind of do what you want there and make it look completely different, kind of style it to how you want. So it's really nice. Now let's, I've got another example of this. If we just go and hide the modal and hide that away, and let me go to preview. If I scroll down the page, here we are. I've got this other example I've put in here. So this would work really well if you had a probably like a documentation site, something like that. So you've got this nice content down the side, and then you've got your content here, and you can kind of drill down and find what you want. So, you know, these tree navigations. You can put it in a modal, you can put it in the page. Really flexible to use, really nice. And you can see this one's got no rollovers. It's just a simple, straightforward, expandable menu. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so the other thing we've been working on, hey, Dan here. I'm interrupting my own video because after I'd finished recording that dev diary, I went and had a look at the project and worked out why the images weren't displaying. So let's take a look at how to fix that now. Right, let's select these images here. So I'm going to select all three. There we are. So we've got those three images that aren't displaying nicely, and they're all set to auto. So the margin on the margin, and it shouldn't be set to that. They should be set to 0. But this also gives me a little chance to show off another feature, which is multiple select and multiple editing of values. So I've highlighted all those three images, and all I need to do, click this, and I'm setting them to 0 there to the manual control. So now all those images appear as they should. So that's pretty cool. And while we're here, let's show off another feature. We've added to the editor, this is some more polish we've added. So you can now, if you want to duplicate something, you can hold down the command key when you're dragging it, and a little plus button appears there, and that will duplicate it. And that obviously works for multiple items as well. So I'm going to select my 3 grid items, and I can hold down command and just duplicate like that. And we could probably do another 3 as well. So this is going to be important for when I'm actually building this website. Then I can quickly duplicate all the features, and there are a lot of features in Elements. So this kind of feature will be very handy for me when I come to do the website. All right, I'm going to dive out of this and cut back to me previously in the dev diary I originally recorded. So sorry it's a bit disjointed this week. Usually record it in one go, but I thought it was important to hop back in and show you why that wasn't working and how I fixed it. So there we are. All right, yeah, back to me. Bye. So much happens in a week and so many improvements get made. I often kind of forget to show you guys, or, you know, we overlook them. But there's all of these things. Everything's really coming together now. We're really in that polishing stage, and hopefully you can see here how this is really starting to shape up. You know, it won't be long. I just need to get round to it, and I want to do an Elements web page and get that published. But I really just need to, because we're building the product, I'm spending a lot of time doing this and working on design elements, things like that, and testing. But I really need to just put some time in and actually build the page, because now we have the tools, everything to do that. Publishing's built in, it's all working great. Yeah, so hopefully in the coming weeks, or maybe this month, I'll get Elements page online. I just need to get something designed and finished off, because it's fun playing around with this, but I should keep polishing and publish. So then you can go and take a look at that online and have a little peek at the code and all that jazz. All right, that's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another update as always, but do ask your comments, or do post your questions down below in the comments as always, and I'll get those answered for you. All right, thanks for watching this. Have a great week. Cheers, bye.